Baby man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered. Something is true, something but oh, look at that, my God.
This is your boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash to True and Find Out. Back at it with another Pokemon Unite commentary video for you guys here on YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, YouTube has been going in the right direction when it comes to their live streaming services. So basically they added the ability to raid and the ability to give people subs. That's basically something that they got from Twitch. They calling it something else, and both features I believe are in the beta stage. You know, they like that little test stage where they tested it out or whatever the case may be, whatever, the beta. So that's where both features are at, if memory serves it correctly. And this is good because Twitch has been falling off, and the prediction is that within 2, 3, maybe 4 years, Twitch will go away, especially since Amazon, again, like this is the theory, this is the mindset, but Amazon is not really feeling Twitch like that. They're not making a lot of money from Twitch. Like, they making some money, but let's be real, it's not a lot of money. So it would not surprise me within the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, Amazon shut down Twitch. It would not surprise me at all. So YouTube putting all these features into their live stream services helps. It makes people be like, oh, YouTube got this going on, so maybe I should switch over there and do live streams. So this is like, even though again there's issues with their raid features and their gifting sub features, whatever the case may be, this is still a step in the right direction, and those issues can be addressed and can be altered and can be changed for the better. So even though they're taking YouTube as a whole, taking one step forward, you know, with the live stream scenarios, they taking 5 steps back, and that's what this video is about. So you're probably wondering what the heck is going on here. So YouTube with their TOS, or the terms of service, or their community guidelines, which is what they call, they have not been living up to it. Apparently, they have not been living up to it. So I'm gonna be fair here. I have not read the entire community guidelines. I have no clue what they are. But if you were to tell me some of the things that are in their community guidelines, 9 times out of 10, I would look at you and say, okay, that makes sense. I believe you. So, and the problem here is YouTube have not been following their own community guidelines. So why do I say that? Because there's 2 individuals, one of them who is still on YouTube, and the other one recently got back on YouTube for breaking community guidelines. And I'm like, YouTube, what the heck y'all doing? Why these 2 guys are on the platform? They should be gone. So who am I talking about? Quantum TV and EDP445. So let's start off with the EDP445 cat for a second, because that one is a shorter story and an easier story to tell. So here's the deal. Once upon a time, he had his own YouTube channel, and it was big, apparently. You know, I never really watched any of his content. I never knew who this dude was until I might have seen memes of him here and there, but I had no clue who this dude was until this news dropped. And I don't think I talked about it on the channel. But what happened was he tried to meet up with a 13-year-old kid. I don't know if this is a boy or girl. And this is a grown man we're talking about, a fat grown man. But he tried to meet up with a 13-year-old. And it was a trap because, you know, one of those Predators watch or wherever the case may be. They looking for people and they like get people who pretends to be 14, 15, 16 or whatever. But turns out they might be 21 or whatever the case may be. And it's all a trap. So EDP got caught with that. And here's what happened. He was basically confronted on camera saying like, yo, where you going? Oh, I'm about to meet a 13-year-old. Like, are they on the age? Yep. Are you over age? Yep. You know, they were asking him a bunch of questions and he was saying yes to all of them. And basically that ruined his YouTube career. And it was crazy. Now, you would think a dude like that, basically he was labeled as a child predator based on the fact that he got caught and he admitted to it all. But it was something about how this was done in regarding to, you know, whoever these poachers or, you know, these predator finders or whatever hunters, how they did it. They cannot take this dude to court. He cannot go to jail. I don't know what the legal, the legal terms behind that is, but he's a free man at this point in time. Should he go to jail? Yeah. Especially if he admits to doing all this stuff. He should have subbed some type of punishment, but he got off scot-free in terms of the legal department. Now, in terms of YouTube, his channel was destroyed. I think he had another channel that was destroyed and stuff like that, or taken out, because, yeah, we talking about somebody who basically admitted of being a child predator. Well, a few days ago, this dude created a new channel and is back on YouTube. And now, I don't know how long that channel will last. Once YouTube realizes who this dude is, that channel will be going as well. But if not the fact that he came out and basically created a brand new channel, this dude got in there and said, like, yo, everything was a lie. People are trying to make him look back. His homies say they know the real him and stuff like that. And I'm looking like, but you admitted to everything. Nobody put a gun to your head and said, yo, admit that you're a child predator or we're going to blow your brains out. Nobody did that. Nobody did that. This dude stood in front of a camera and admitted to the fact that he was going to see a 12, 13-year-old. He admitted to this. He was asked the question. He could have said no, but he said yes. So, and now you go turn around and say it's all a lie? So now I'm like, so now you're a liar. So why should we believe if you're saying everything that happened there is a lie? You said, oh yes, I'm going to see 13-year-old. Yes, I'm hanging out with 13-year-old. Yes, I've been talking to 13. If you're saying that all of that was a lie, meaning you saying yes was a lie, now you're a liar. And it's like, why should we believe you at this point? Why should anybody trust a liar? Why should anybody watch a liar? But you wasn't lying. Nah. Otherwise, you would have said no. And then people would have said, oh, he's still lying or not, whatever the case may be. It would have been up in the air. But you admitted to everything. And now you want to say you lied, basically? Well, he didn't say he lied. He said it was all a lie. But it's pretty much the same thing. He's saying that he lied about everything. So I'm like, so you're a liar. So, but despite that, this dude is on YouTube. I don't know if he's on YouTube right now at this exact moment, but he's on YouTube again. And I'm like, YouTube, what are you doing? That makes no sense. Why is he back on YouTube? But again, give it a few days. That dude would probably be off of YouTube again. I don't know. It's a possibility. So there's that. So that's the short story. That's the one involving EDP 445. Now let's get to the other story involving Quantum TV. So here's the deal with this one. I made 2 videos on this dude. And this goes all the way back where he gave a take about Elden Ring. And well, I'm not going to go through the history of Quantum TV because it's a long history. And I'm not going to bore y'all with that. But it started with him giving a interesting take about Elden Ring. The only thing I would say this. The only thing I disagree with him about that take is this. If the game is not made for everybody, then it shouldn't be made. He admitted, he didn't say that's his opinion, but that is a heavily flawed opinion. That is an opinion that is not factually correct. It can't be factually correct because, and I said this before, I'm saying it again. You basically saying nothing should exist or individuals shouldn't be a thing. Everybody should be the same person with the same feelings, with the same interests. Because again, you got cats that like to play Call of Duty, but then you got people over there that don't like to play Call of Duty or that don't like Call of Duty at all. So what you saying? Call of Duty shouldn't exist? And then at the same time, you got people that like Pokemon, but on the other side of the spectrum, you got people that don't like Pokemon. You saying Pokemon should exist? The NBA Finals are all right now, but yet there's people out there who don't like sports at all. You saying that all sports shouldn't exist? There's some people saying who like Twitch better than YouTube, and they don't trust YouTube, and they're not going to be on YouTube. Are you saying YouTube shouldn't exist? You see where I'm going with this? You see why that phrase, if something is not made for everybody, then it should exist? You see how that is factually incorrect? How that is not possible? So that's the only thing I disagree with him. Everything else, I could care less what he said. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I generally don't care. I'm not saying, it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying like that video of him giving his take on Elden Ring as a whole, I don't care. The only thing I care about was that everybody statement that he made. That's the one I'm like, yo, that's factually incorrect. Yes, that is your opinion, but that is a heavily flawed opinion. So, but outside that, he's entitled to his opinion. And it went from that to Mischief, another YouTuber, basically criticizing his Elden Ring review or his thoughts on Elden Ring. And of course, Chrono TV flagged him, and then this got the attention of Reverse Tech USA, and the two of them were going back and forth to the point where people went into Review Tech USA live stream and said, yo, Chrono TV basically want the LGBTQ community to die. He got all these tweets going back to 2018, and while Review Tech USA was in his live stream with like 5 to 1,000 people watching and looking at these tweets live and in living color, Chrono TV's entire Twitter got deleted or got taken down. And, you know, Review Tech USA called him out on it and basically said, yo, this dude wants the LGBTQ community to die and he don't support them in any way, shape, or form at all. And then Chrono TV basically brought up some clip back in 2013 where Review Tech USA called somebody the FAGGOT word and failed to mention that, oh, there was an apology video that followed that video like the same day, or that live stream rather, the same day. So that was brought up. And then because Review Tech USA, like some streamer named, I forgot what his name is, Chrono TV accused Review Tech USA of being EDP 4 for 5, basically you know, somebody who like underage kids or support that nonsense. So there's that. And then you got other YouTubers going at it with Chrono TV because, you know, whether they're part of the TV review community or not, whatever the case may be. And then you got the Act-Man getting involved, and the Act-Man and Chrono TV going at it to the point where the Act-Man's mom was involved because Chrono TV doxed the Act-Man's personal information, looked it up on Google, and literally called his mom twice. And it's so much has happened. So much has happened. So it now got to a point where the Act-Man reported Chrono TV to YouTube and basically said, yo, YouTube, y'all gotta get this dude off of YouTube. Y'all gotta get the dudes off the platform because they, you know, Chrono TV has been accused of breaking the following community guidelines that was created by YouTube. Internal links, which I'm assuming is going to the Twitter where, you know, he mentioned how he wanted the LGBTQ community to die with some type of shooting. I forgot what it's called, but you get the point. Hate speech. Again, the LGBTQ community. Cyberbullying and harassment. Additional policies, which is basically ban evasion, which he's been accused of doing and been proven that he was doing that. Copyright abuse. He used a Disney clip in one of his videos. And of course, when accused others of copyright infringement on his videos, harmful or dangerous content policies, child safety policies, spam, deceptive practices, and scam policies. So, Chrono TV has been accused of all of this, and there's been evidence. Apparently, there's been evidence that support all of this, but YouTube said Chrono TV is innocent of all of it. And there's nothing that anybody can say to change their mind. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. So, which led to the Act-Man releasing a 1 hour long video, basically proving to YouTube why they got that decision all wrong and why Chrono TV should be off the platform. Now, I didn't see the actual video. I saw Review Tech USA do a live stream where he's reacted to the video. So I know what happened. I know what was said in the video. I seen it all in that video. And yet, YouTube took that video down. More likely, it got taken down for sexual or nudity. And I'm like, there was none of that in the video. So what more likely happened is either Chrono TV or some of his trolls basically reported, YouTube said, yo, somebody put a cucumber in front of Chrono TV's mouth and try to say, oh, that's sexual harassment, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, nah, bruh, nah, nah. So there was that. Now it got to the point where the Act-Man basically is leaving YouTube, or he's taking a break from YouTube because, again, his family been getting hit up and not in a good way. So he's like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore because his family is now being in jeopardy because of this. So he's leaving YouTube. And YouTube don't give a rat's ass. Basically told him, oh, you leaving YouTube or you taking a break from YouTube? well, you'll be kicked out of the partners program. And they told him that. Now, normally, if you were to leave, if you stop making YouTube videos, they don't give you a fair warning. Like, if you stop making videos over a period of time, they just straight up do it. But in this case, they're like, oh, you leaving YouTube? Oh, okay. Then, yeah, we're going to kick you out the program. And I'm like, what the heck? That's new. So, it's weird. YouTube is all out of whack with their community guidelines. And here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. This is bad for YouTube because YouTube got advertisers. They got sponsors, stock and holders, and a number of YouTubers, big and small, large and small, in terms of their audience and things of that nature. A number of YouTubers has been talking about this issue with Chrono TV and criticizing Chrono TV, and they all said the same thing. He should be kicked off the platform. He should be kicked off the platform. So if a large number of YouTubers, some of them with thousands and millions of subs, others not so much, but if a number of them are saying and he should be kicked off the platform and making videos about how he should be kicked off the platform, these YouTube sponsors, these YouTube advertisers, their shareholders, their stockholders, they're going to take notice of this and say, yo, YouTube, why is this dude still on your platform if he committed all of this? Why should we support you if he committed all of this? Which will lead us to another Ad-pocalypse. And it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse than the first one. But that's the theory. That's the theory that's out there. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens from this point going forward. In my opinion, Chrono TV should be kicked off the platform based on everything that was presented. And EDP 445 should not even be allowed back on the platform. And it pains me to say that. And here's why. Both of these dudes are African-American males. Both of them. And it's like, bruh, you can't it's bad enough. Even though this has nothing to do with race, nobody is I don't know. I haven't seen every single YouTuber that criticized both of these dudes. So there probably some racist mofos out there like, oh, of course, they will be black. They always get up something. I don't know. That might have been said. That might not have been said. I don't know. But based on what I have seen from the Act Man and especially from Review Tech USA and recently, what's his name? Cody. Based on what I have seen, nobody really, and they got other YouTubers involved. Nobody have taken that step based on what I have seen anyway. But it still pains me to see two African-American men, two black men, being in the midst of controversy like this. That should have never happened, in my opinion. That should have never happened. Now, I'm not saying these two dudes represent the entire African-American male community. Oh, especially not Chrono TV. The way he talks, I talked about that in my very first video. Yeah. But still, though, it's still a shame to see something like that because there's not a lot of us that is a part of every single community in this world. There's not. Especially not the men, and especially not heterosexual men, men that are straight. There's not a bunch of us out there, doing YouTube or doing virtually anything for the most part, aside from playing basketball and making rap music. Aside from those, and maybe playing football. Aside from those three things, there's not a lot of us in this world in every single category that there is out there. So when you see African-American dudes who are straight and they messing up like this, it's bad. But first of all, you don't want to see any African-American messing up. But still though, one that is close to home, especially two guys that are close to home until, the fact that they're both African-American, they're both straight and all that stuff. It's really messed up to see them in this light, in this picture. So, wow. I had to shake my head and go, damn. Why it had to be these two dudes? Why couldn't it be any other dudes or any other cats? But it had to be two African-American men. And I'm like, dang. That's all I got to say about that. So, bottom line, EDP 445 should be removed off the platform. And Chrono TV should be removed off the platform as well. And that's all I got to say about that. And I'm going to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know what this is. This is your boy New Jake Aspie, a.k.a. the New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.